Allie, I'll let you lead this one, please.
Okay.
Coming to you live from the basement of an abandoned training facility where we talk about fighting, training, and events. It's the Fight Mixer Show, where you can hear about all the local and world combat sports happenings. Get ready. It's time to gear up and square up because we're going live on the Fight Mixer Show.
Perfect. Perfect.
Hey, everybody, it's Hump Day.
Howdy.
All right.
Felt like I was in a surround sound environment there.
Welcome Wednesday. Real quick before we get into it, everyone, if you could just help us out, please follow us, like us, subscribe to us. Wednesdays, Saturdays, Thursdays, it'd be a great chance to get to know you better, know us better. So please follow us, help these fighters get out there a little bit more. Follow, link, subscribe. Be our friend.
And help these guys. The more you guys comment and share, the more people see them and their fans can see them and then tune in and watch too.
Yes.
It's very technical.
Help us help you.
Nice.
What's up, guys? Welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Great.
All right, we'll try and take turns. All right, let's start with Kai. How are you doing?
Howdy. What's happening, y'all?
How are you?
Good. 6 weeks out already. It feels like it flies by so fast. That's for sure. 5 weeks out. Geez, see, that's how it goes.
You have to, both of you guys refresh me. What city are you in at currently?
I'm in Urbandale, right outside of Des Moines,
Okay.
of Iowa.
Gotcha.
I'm in McChesney Park, Illinois,
Okay.
right outside of Rockford.
That's like a really pretty name.
What?
McChesney.
So let's get a little bit of background on both you guys. You guys are fighting, and what's the tournament coming up?
We are fighting for MCC, which is kind of interesting for Des Moines people who know the fight game. It's a return fight for the organization. I don't know exactly what happened when they fell off, to say, but some things happened and MCC didn't come around for a couple of years, and I don't know if it went under new management or new ownership, but now they're back and they're putting on shows at not a new venue, but new to them, which is Valor Ballroom. So it's nice to be a part of something that especially the Des Moines crowd can appreciate, for me being my first local fight in a couple of years now.
Nice. Where have you been? Where did you fight last?
That was Cage Aggression out in Davenport. And as we're talking about some other fighters earlier, that was a pretty popular card for a lot of Iowa guys because they've been putting on a lot of shows. So
is this
that's actually a really big event because Austin Hubbard we had on here. That's how he started, was Cage Aggression.
Yeah, you might even call him like a small time feeder almost to the not UFC, but to those elite leagues. Because I mean, look at multiple guys have definitely gone there. I mean, Eric, was it the guy he fought? Was Eric? Was that correct? He fought Eric Wisely. Was a former UFC vet, so they got definitely big talent. They do 3-night events, and each night will have 10 fights or 8 fights. So, I mean, you got nearly 30 fights a weekend, which is crazy for everybody. That's for sure.
How does it feel coming back home then?
Coming back home to fight, it's definitely nice. I guess watching like UFC Apex, it's weird seeing the complete lack of a crowd. At Cage Aggression, they had a reduced crowd. I think it was either 30% or 30% away of the crowd. But I noticed it. But I heard my family, and I think that's one thing that all fighters can agree with, is you hear the people you know the most. So no matter where you go, if you got a little bit of people, it kind of feels like home. But being back in a Des Moines crowd, this guy's from, I believe, Omaha, is at least where he trains. Hometown advantage is back to me, and that's for sure. I'll have that in my back pocket, that vibe. My family, my friends, high school friends from years ago that will be coming back to see me fight. It'll be a nice energy to have. That's for sure.
And what kind of background do you have? Are you a striker, wrestler? How many fights you been in?
Background, I mean, I put on some wrestling shoes a little bit as a kid and then did a half year or two there. So really I came in with nothing. And at first I thought that would have been my worst, weakness, but it's allowed me to develop a pretty even game. I came in as an 18-year-old kid who was pretty small, even for a 25er, so I didn't have confidence in going to think I could knock somebody out, and not just confidence, but if anything, I was definitely scared on some level to even get into a stand-up fight. So if you go back and look at my first 2 fights, I would pull guard right away. So if you want to classify me as anything, I definitely started as a jiu-jitsu fighter, not off of habit, but more out of necessity. So then I think I developed my game around that, added my striking, and then eventually, if you look at my record, I got some wrestling losses that taught me a few lessons. So got that Iowa boy wrestling hits in there eventually.
You don't think you're so hot to shoot then real quick and go to the ground? You think you're comfortable more standing up then a little bit longer now that you're more seasoned?
Oh yeah, I think now more so. If you look at my last fight, I really went with that approach of he's a kickboxer, necessarily Kevin Burke more so. So I thought, hey, we're gonna bang it out for a bit, and if I have to, I'll be an anti-wrestler. I don't think I've ever taken a shot since my first fight. Possibly, it just kind of happens more for me landing strikes, or if something happens in the clinch. So yeah, no, I don't look for that shot. I enjoy the striking game for sure now.
Colby, I got the same question for you. What's your background? How many fights you been in? Are you a striker? Are you a wrestler?
My background definitely started with wrestling. I started wrestling in 4th grade. I was never the best. I never won any titles wrestling or anything. But I did my first jiu-jitsu class, I think, when I was 18. I did that. I really liked it, but then I didn't start pursuing it until I was in the military when I was about 21, 22. And my first place I started training was Gracie Baja in Jacksonville, Florida. And then I trained there for, I think, maybe 6 months. And I changed duty stations, went to Virginia, trained at a place called Bushido MMA. And then I actually ended up getting married and then having a kid. And my ex-wife, she made me stop. So I stopped training altogether for like 6 years.
You said ex-wife, right?
Yeah, we're divorced now.
Yeah, good.
And then I stepped into the gym again for the first time in 2018. And then I took my first fight 3 months later.
So how did you
do it sometimes?
Your break then? Does that feel like, were you mad kind of like shit, like I stayed away from something I wanted, or it actually feel kind of like refreshing to take that time away and come back? Did that feel like a new you, or?
I was pretty upset. I thought about training all the time. Definitely missed it. And then when I got back in the gym, I gained like 60 pounds. I got all the way up to like 230 pounds. And then I started training. Weight started falling off. And coach wanted me to fight at 155. And I got back down to like 180 at the time. So I was like, all right, yeah, I can make that in like a few months. So made the weight. And yeah, that's history now.
So have you guys? I know in the lower leagues or whatever, there's not a lot of footage on people generally. So how do you guys go about researching each other, or have you researched each other?
I've only fought one guy that didn't have any footage, and he was a 6'4" guy at 155. So I knew probably don't want to strike with him and don't want to get caught in his guard.
What's his name?
That's crazy.
Tyler Bull.
Okay.
Yeah, it was for Mike Esses's last card.
Okay.
Definitely wasn't awesome.
Ago now. Yeah.
That's crazy. 6'4"?
Yeah,
That's insane.
Yeah, then this last fight, I actually thought I was done fighting last year. Because, I'm 30 years old already. I don't have a lot of time left, but I think I was... But I had a fight scheduled for last October. I can't remember if it was Brutal Genesis or the other one in Iowa, Cage Aggression. I had a fight lined up in October, and in like late August in training camp, I messed my knee up really bad. I thought I tore my MCL, but it ended up being like a hairline fracture along my kneecap. So I was out of the gym till I think mid-November, my first day back in the gym, I went to throw a kick, and then one of my coaches blocked it with his elbow, fractured the top of my foot. So I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't see.
I think I'd ask your grandma about a family curse or something.
Dude, I don't know, but I finally came back and I got back and I gained a bunch of weight back again. So I was like 220, 225. And Mike Estes saw that I was back in the gym. He's like, I think I'm going to have a card in April. This is January. He's like, you still want to fight Logan? Which is the D1 wrestler I just fought, because we were scheduled to fight like right before COVID happened, and COVID scrapped the card. And I was like, yeah, I'll get the weight down. So I literally I lost 60 pounds in 3 months for my last fight.
So with Kai specifically, have you been looking at him and studying him, or are you going to go in this thing with?
I think I try to find as much as I can on everybody, but at the same time, I try not to be over anxious about it, because I feel like anytime you have a game plan, you go in there and then boom, someone throws a strike or you check a kick or you get taken down and then it flip flops right away, right? Or maybe we're still amateurs, so sometimes we still adrenaline dump. So it's kind of hard to keep it all together to the precise game plan. But I mean, yeah, I try to find as much footage as I can. I'm not trying to find something that like, oh, that's where I'm going to knock him out, right? Like, it's hard to just like, oh, the left hook's there, right? Every time you look at a guy. But there's habits you can find. And if anything's at our level, you got to find I'm not saying mental capacity or mental weakness, but how strong is the person? Is he a wrestler? Does he have durability? Has he fought tough guys? Has he been with a tough gym? The small things that you can see outside of just thinking you can knock somebody out because they look taller or skinnier than you, or I don't know, any of those things you think you could pick up off the eye. I think it's usually just getting a little bit of intuition, and then don't be too anxious about it, and just train your small game plan that you can and fight your fight really at the end of it.
That's it.
And,
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, and have you actually found anything about Colby that you,
Oh, my current opponent is actually Ioannis Henfro. I'm at 25. Colby's at 55.
oh, okay.
Yeah, Matt, they're fighting each other. They're on different cards.
You're good.
Oh,
I look pretty big in this
thought
camera.
I thought this was going to be a face-off.
No,
No,
you're
they
good.
have to sign in at the same time.
Oh,
Hey, that'd be pretty
yeah,
easy.
I was trying to start some shit here.
No,
Yeah, I know.
that's funny. But no,
Sure,
yeah, I
it's
did some research on my current guy. I think it's Ioannis. I just don't want to say his name wrong. Ioannis Henfro or Renfro. I think I found one fight and then another one on Facebook. He's 3-0 by rear naked choke, and then he just won his most previous fight about a week ago. I want to say it's decision, because no one was like, nice knockout or crazy choke, bro. They were just like, good job and stuff. But either way, he's got 3 quick chokes on good people on dry skin, right? So keep my back to the mat or don't get down at all is definitely part of the game plan. But besides that, I'm a pretty hard guy to get a hold of anyways. So I think I'm just going to stick to my flow.
That's what I was going to say, because if you look at some of the records, some of these people's records are really impressive by the time they get to you, and it's nice to look at that. It's like, oh man, they got win. But then when you look at the people that they're actually fighting, I love to just dabble into like, let me click on that name. Let me click like Tapology.
Apologies.
This person hasn't continued fighting, or they're all first round finishes, and then by the time they get to going the full distance, they're going to a decision, or they can't make it the decision. I like to look at that even too. So yeah, you're talking about these people have those submissions, but if you're more hard to control when you're sweating, so many different factors people I don't think about.
In my last, am I still good to go here for a sec? Sorry, my last one real quick taught me that more than anything, talking about what you said. I hadn't gotten a finish. I'm all finishes, and I've only been finished. So I've never been to decision. I have 6 finishes, and I've been finished twice. But I only had them in the first round. And then this last fight, I was able to get my composure back, listen to my coach. He said, throw that spinning back kick. I did it, and I was like, holy crap, look at that. I can still do it outside the first round, and that gave me a lot of positive affirmation. So
you know what you're capable of, but for your next opponent, they're not going to know if you can or cannot, and only you know that because they're not going to see that on your record. Which also, in Iowa, they don't have full records out there, I don't believe.
I had to go out of my way just because I'm a stickler, because I wanted to be like, no, I freaking got that TKO. They were not going to post it, so I had to go show them some proof on Tapology. But it depends on the event. Yeah, they're not always recorded either on video or even on Tapology.
Yeah, I think Iowa's harder. If you want to stay a little more low key, Iowa's a more convenient place to go to for that, for your records.
Yeah, unfortunately.
How about you, Colby? How's your record looking as far as like, are you used to going the distance? I've not checked both of you guys out, so I apologize. I'm going to try and research a little bit more ahead of time.
Yeah, actually, I just took my first loss, my last fight, and me and my opponent that I fought, neither of us have been out of the first round yet. All first round finishes, so. But yeah, I haven't had any trouble looking up tape on guys or looking up records or anything for my guys.
I will say, when I see someone lose a lot of weight, that scares me because then I'm looking like their cardio is up top. So
yeah,
I know
for the last one,
what they look like.
Yeah, and for the last fight too, like he was definitely more tired than me going into the third. I knew if I could stop the takedown going into the third, I might have a chance, but that D1 wrestling is no joke.
Yeah.
No, there's not much that competes with it, that's for sure.
No, like I couldn't get full guard. I could barely get half guard sometimes, and he never stopped moving either.
Yeah.
And there's nothing scarier fighting the guy when you think you're like doing all right, and you're like, fuck, I'm getting tired though. And then you realize this guy isn't tired, or he might not even be sweating.
Yeah.
That's never fun. The mental
or like
game's
I
half of
hate
it, for sure.
opponents that have no expression or just dead in the face because I like to judge like how they're doing in there with me. And if they just go dead face, I'm like, all right, I don't know.
Yeah, good poker face is a
cage
good
side
asset.
for my last one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'll be there. I'll be at actually both your guys' next fights.
Heck yeah,
Awesome.
heck yeah, that'll be awesome. Do you live in
I'm
town?
gonna have.
No, I live in Dodge. It's always
Okay. I couldn't remember.
It's I'm trying to make it to the weigh-ins for the MCC fight, but I got to figure out somewhere to crash in Des Moines to make it both nights.
I unfortunately have a one-bedroom apartment and 3 animals, or else you could sleep in my kennel. But
I know a lot of fighters in that area, so I feel like I know there's somebody I crash with, like maybe Liz or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's a cool girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's some provider there would let you crash at their place.
I crashed at Brian's place on our last fight when I fought Jessica.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was
moving out to the motel.
Place Brian Green's, yeah. No, because it's the first hotel when I fought you. The first hotel is haunted. Like it gives me nightmares. It was really
Iowa has a lot of haunted locations.
Actually, ironically, I did my poster shot for our fight over at Jake Bauer's house.
Oh, really?
Brian was just like, "Hey, meet me somewhere in Ames," and I was like, "Where?" And he's like, "I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out on the way." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And it had to be Jake's house. He had like a roommate there. I guess Brian just hit him. I was like, "Hey, can I use your living room real quick?"
Yeah, you guys have a tight little community out there.
Well, I've actually sparred with Kai before.
Yeah, she came over to was it a longer gym or was it a square? I can't remember which location it was.
When you guys were renting that spot.
Yes, that's right.
It was a very small room. And
and thank God we moved out. Oh my God.
Yeah, I would say one thing I will say, you're really humble about your striking because I could barely land a hit on you during that time.
I work my range well, and I'm taller, so that just happens to be unfortunate for you. But yeah.
Yeah, I was saying you're kind of squirrely. So,
I appreciate it.
How do you think about you like when you get going more? So do you do a lot of sparring in camp? I'm just gonna ask that. You guys just brought up sparring. Are you guys doing more sparring, or do you guys stay away from it and more drilling?
We do a little bit of both, but our sparring, we do like maybe 20 to 30%. And then we have 1 week of hard sparring, which is like maybe 3 or 2 weeks out from the fight, just to get like more of like the fight pace. But we do a lot of like 20, 30% every week. But yeah, just a lot of drills, definitely cardio stuff. Our gym definitely pushes cardio.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was wondering. Some people don't like to do any sparring. Some people like to go hard. I don't know if necessarily going hard all the time is the best benefit. What about you, Kai?
I think if you listen to guys like Donald Cerrone and Max Holloway, they don't spar at all anymore, right?
Yeah.
But they're also like 35 fights in and 20 fights in UFC. So they've got that hours and hours and days of time racked up. So I'm not sparring like my entire practice. But I think we do about our last half an hour. It's either live or we'll do kickboxing, whatever it is. But more recently, I've tried to get into a lot more kind of flow sparring. But I think with setting your practice mindset and setting it to the same mindset as your fight, so like keeping your routine similar. If I do stretching and then a short jog and then I do my armbar triangle drills before I do my hip bumps, then do that at my fight too, right? Like there's no reason to get myself all super hyped up and out of my normal mindset where I've been doing hundreds of hours of sparring in this gym. Why would I take myself out of that mindset when I'm about to go compete, right? Do the same drills, do the same chill, relax things, whatever you do, and then apply that fight day as well. So I think whatever it is, if it's sparring if a little bit, if you want to tap and go, some people don't hit any pads before their fight. Some people take a nap before their fight. Like my coach will take a nap before his fight sometimes.
Does that. I picture him passed out on a plate of nachos.
I'll yawn. I don't know if I can fully sleep. That's crazy. But
I actually,
yeah.
I think, it was mine and Chris' fight. I was trying to sleep in one of the side back rooms, and Warrior Academy came in and tried to claim the room.
Yeah. Hey, it's a big squad. I'm just saying we follow Nate. It was probably under his orders. I would assume. It was
Terry, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it was Terry. Well, yeah.
Yeah, Terry's hey, there's someone sleeping in here. I was like, could you get out?
Well, he probably said it nicely. That's good, at least.
Terry's nice, yeah.
Yes, beyond.
So, Kai, how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, so you're way younger than Colby. And I'm just kidding, Colby. I can't believe you called me old. I was calling you out on you being so old.
No,
just so
it's all good.
I was in my 30s. My boyfriend didn't go pro until he was 40. Don't call yourself old again, please. And then there's people I know that didn't go pro and didn't make it. There's a couple actually that went pro and they're really successful, but they started in their 30s. So I always tell like them on the show, like 32 is your prime. Yes. So whatever you think is old now, like you're gonna hit the ass at 40. I promise you.
I mean, I don't feel 30 though. I feel good.
Huh?
I mean, I don't feel old. I feel good.
Yeah, good. There's only
got a better hairline than me.
Sure. Yeah, I look at myself when I was 30. I'm like, God damn, I was a baby. Like, and if I started at 30, I would have been so much more happier. I actually started at 32. So I think you have plenty of time, and I just really think
it could be a blessing in disguise too. How late I started.
Yeah,
especially at 30, you got the I don't give a fuck anymore thing going on.
Right.
And Kai, you just have like a little bit earlier beginning, and that's not a big deal. I mean, my boyfriend's fighting. He's 40. I think he's fighting someone that's the same age as my nephew, who was born in 1998. So it's kind of weird, like when you think like, they're younger, they're not. Like you have to think about it's also there's a lot of intelligence in the game too that you might have with the next person that you might feel is younger and limber. So you have so much more advantage too on the same in different ways. So
and just to make sure Colby isn't knocking himself, I'm 24 and I started like 6 to 8 months after I turned 18. Nate pretty much signed me up without asking he was like, you want to fight? I was like, kind of. He's like, cool, you fight in 3 days, cut the weight. I was like, this weekend? Okay. And so I've been fighting for six years. I took about 2 years off, and I still compare myself to people like Sean O'Malley, other young fighters who are like, damn, they're 26 and he's pro and he has 13 fights and he had 14 amateur fights and I'm only 2 years behind him. I should be there. So even, Colby, who might in his head sometimes compare himself to someone my age, like I feel like everyone's always going to be. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? You're always going to be.
Like the younger you are, the more anxiety you have on where you should be. Because that's also I see that with 20 people in their 20s. Like I'm not as successful as I think I should be at my age, just in any aspect of life.
I think it goes both ways too. Because when you get in your 30s, you're like, shit, I could have done this when I was younger. What was I doing in my 20s? Why was I fucking around? Like what? Like why was I not more? Like that's how I feel. That's probably how Colby said you had 60. That's how I feel. Like damn, I wish I started earlier or did this. But at the same time, like I really think the intelligence side of being older and looking at it in a different way, that there's a plus side and a minus side to everything.
So that wisdom is a key factor for sure.
I feel like your 20s is like your teenage years part 2.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's just like now you have legal ability to sign contracts now.
Yeah, you're just not drunk as much as you can rent cars. So
yes, yeah, definitely.
So that's what I'm like. I really don't. When I see people's age on like UFC or Bellator or BKFC, I'm like, the age is not a factor to me. In fact, I think guys do much better longer. A girl probably, honestly, I think girls probably can cap out a little sooner. Guys, no. As long as you keep your cardio up and.
I'll say this: I've seen, I think, 2 UFC women. Mackenzie Dern had a kid and came back a monster. She came back a killer. And I think there was Angela KGB Lee, also had a child. Or am I thinking of somebody else? Someone else had a kid and came back a monster. Maybe Kat Zingano or somebody. And I don't know what it is. So I don't know about the peak.
Michelle Watterson, didn't she too?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yes.
The crowd.
They're on, better streak now than ever. So.
And I think it just destroys your body. And I really think it's how you react and recover from something. So, again, same with guys. It just depends, how are you reacting to your body as you get, like, are you keeping up with it or not? Like, your body adapts. Like, I'm better in shape than I ever was in my 20s.
Yeah, maybe having a kid gave them superpowers. I don't know.
Yeah, I could definitely kick my younger self's ass now.
So if you want to go pro, if you want to be this, you want to be that, I just whatever age you are, just do it,
Mm-hmm.
It's your mind that keeps you away from all that stuff. What do you what Al?
So I feel like it's almost kind of like how people talk about getting married, just don't rush it. When it's your time, it's your time. It might happen when you're 40, it might happen in your 20s. Just
happen there fast is why my suggestion to people. Don't get married before you're 30.
No. Yeah. Don't sign any major contract before you're 30. Just
don't get married.
My girlfriend might be listening to this. Careful.
Don't get married.
You guys can still get married.
I just recently started working for a family law firm, and it was, of course, her family. So it's an interesting tie, that's for sure. So she got to be careful because now I have the know-how. No, I'm just kidding.
I can get that prenup tied up real quick.
Right now I have the knowledge. I'm just kidding.
So what do you have planned for the next year coming, Colby?
I just want to stay active, and my goal is to go pro in 2020.
Okay.
I want to stay as active as I can this year, and then before 2023, I want to go pro.
And how many fights will you have by then?
Right now, in 9 weeks out, that'll be my 4th fight. So I want to try to get at least 3 or 4 more, and then
hit up around pro total maybe, or
yep.
Okay. How about you, Kai?
This will be my 10th fight. And I think I've been always over eager to jump into being pro. Mentally, I've definitely more realized that now I'm more ready than I was 2 years ago or before my previous streak. So I'm glad I didn't hop into it, of course. But I've gotten a little more man strength or more strength on me, muscle. So that's nice. I want to do at least fight this one. So let's just say I knock this guy out or get a great decision or whatever. Put one more in the books, talk to my coach, and just really be like, hey, is this cool with you? Do you think it's the best decision? Because I've been ready for a long time, and whether that's being too ready or just being stupid or whatever you want to call it. But I think now I've more personally affirmed to myself that I belong where I am. And I think I watch sometimes pro fights, even local pro fights at 25, where I'm like, I would have stuffed that shot. I would have checked that kick. I would have done this. So I don't know if that's just me being young and cocky and a kid still at heart, but I've been ready for a long time. So I'm ready to just get in there, maybe get one more after this and make my name heard.
I have one question. Why is Nate incognito trolling?
Oh, yeah. I love you.
He's showing some
Was
love.
he saying something?
Just saying.
We actually coincidentally have another Nate at the gym now.
No, it says this is Nate Williams, by the way.
Oh, really?
It says, I love you. Can I have your autograph?
Oh, I'll get you a couple there, bud. Free of charge, of course. Free of charge.
So
of course, we got Brian Brunk, who says he loves you.
Well, I would hope so. His father. What up?
Oh, Nate said his phone's not working. So he must be using the other Nates.
That's funny.
So question for both of you. Kai, you can go first, and Colby. So a lot of people, I feel like they do get excited. They want to go pro, like, it's my dream, blah, blah, blah. And then when they get down to it, they don't think about, again, back to the cardio issue, when you're coming from a 3-minute now to a 5-minute. And then if you have a title round, like, is that something that you prepare for, or you're like, I'm already fine? It's not something that you're even questioning with those 5-minute
I've been training 5-minute rounds since the day I stepped onto the mat, thankfully, which mostly, which is good. And then when it actually comes down to like a week or two before the fight, we actually tone them down to 3 minutes so I can change my high pace, acute it get my gears ready for 3-minute rounds, right? But I actually mostly do 5-minute rounds, so
okay, that's good.
Not a problem.
I met fighters before that would literally change my buzzer from 3 minutes down to 2 or 1 minute, and it me off so much.
That's not even like an amateur.
Doing too much cardio. I'm like, if you tell them one more time if they're going too long, like you're out. Like
Yes.
you're lazy is what I take it as. Like you don't want to do enough work. Like you're just training to make it, and the dude gasses out every time, so that's his fault.
Yeah. And just one last part. If there was anything I was definitely gifted with or have any talent to, it was agility and movement, and then I just could always run. I just could go and not stop.
And a lot of boys are blessed with that. Damn you. What about you?
Yeah, literally what Kai just said. The whole time in the gym, we're always doing 5-minute rounds already. And for grappling, we usually roll for 7.5 minutes. But then week leading before the fight, then we tone down 3.
Okay, so you already been doing this. That's good. That's good enough. I don't think a lot of people do that, or they get up to the point and then they don't think about that side of it. And a lot of people at home don't understand how long you have to train for those kind of rounds.
Long 120 seconds right there.
Yeah, I mean, if any audience stood in there for 30 seconds, they'd die, let alone 2 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, title rounds, everything like that. It's something that a lot of people, I don't believe, give effort or, I guess, credit to. There you go.
I think I was able to coach Nate, my coach, Williams, he's fought like 7.
He's thinking.
I wish
Pro
we
title
could
fights
get
never
offering
That was funny. Good timing. But man, watching a 5-minute round from 3 feet away and seeing everyone sweat for 25 minutes, that helps give me perspective too, to get me ready for it. Seeing someone I care about go through a rough, long fight, it's like, whew, I want to be ready myself. So.
That's one that you can definitely tell when people are done when they can like barely keep their hands up at all because they're just so fucking tired.
And that and the drilling, keeping your hands up too. When I run like any drills at the gym, if we're just doing side shuffles, hey, keep your hands above your chest. Don't have to throw your punches, just hands above your chest. So you get used to breathing, and hands should be here, good, just not here, right? You can't see my hands anymore. It's because they're down there. They should be up here, right? So.
That and the open mouth where they're breathing through their mouth.
I do that. That's why I spray my jaw like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, jeez.
When you get the hooks and your mouth is open, yeah. I learned that real quick.
Now you're making me touch my jaw. I'm like, do I have that?
It's hard. I don't know if you guys have asthma. I have asthma, so it's kind of really hard for me to break through that part, but to bite down my mouth guard. But I think you kind of learn as soon as you.
No, my mom had it, but I didn't get it. I don't believe so.
You said what?
I said my mother had it. I think she just had like sports activated asthma, but thankfully I didn't inherit that.
It just makes
you can get asthma just from sports.
Yeah, sport related asthma. Yeah, sport asthma. I don't know if it's like inflammation of the bronchial, but me, that's always been. And I was a smoker for like 13 years, so I quit when I was 30, so I'm 5 years clean of it. But it still, I think, had its effects. But yeah, breathing is so important, but biting on the mouth guard is a whole nother level, like Matt said.
Yeah, keeping it in there.
And you can't detox your lungs because after working at the hog farm, I tried looking into it. You can't.
I'm clean. Don't tell me.
I will say this. I mean, I used to smoke cigarettes off and on for years. I don't know if you can detox them, and obviously the staining, whatever stays there, but you get your feeling back. Because man, if you would have told me like 4 years ago, one like peak of me smoking a cigarette, I would have not been able to run like I do now. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely heal your lungs up. The people that smoke weed and smoke before they come train, you guys are a different animal. I don't know who does that, but I know several people do that. I don't know how to do that, but that's another different topic. Yeah. I think Allie knows someone that does that, right?
I think it's more common than most people want to admit.
Yeah. I don't know how people do that. Let alone be in public and then they want to go fight. Don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure why.
What are we doing?
I was going to say, you have good lighting for being out of closet.
It drops. And you got like a close on my armpit. Don't do that.
So then she goes like this.
I was like, I'm not the biggest one in the room. I think it would be Colby, if anything, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know, Matt. I don't know. I can't see you, Matt. I don't know.
Should we do a flex off?
Oh, jeez. I'm going to lose.
Oh.
I don't even think they do flex off on the guys show.
Oh, jeez.
Are we all flexing at home? See, Allie,
yeah.
I think.
All right, Allie, we need to go. Okay, what you got? Okay.
There it is.
There was a picture of me and Karen flexing together.
My camera's not widescreen enough.
I don't know. I'm trying to get the
I'm
middle.
not a big boy.
That's funny. My dog's looking at me like I'm psycho. What's up, babe?
No, one of my old opponents was talking crap, and he said I was built like ramen noodles, and I'm like, I mean, I guess you're right. I don't.
Oh,
Whatever that means. Yeah.
Did he just think you were cheap and salty?
I mean, points for creativity. He could have just called you a string bean or something, but ramen noodles,
Exactly.
that's kind
I
of
think it's because I have like all my ribs show when I like flex with my abs. I don't know, but who knows?
Maybe he's jealous if he eats a milkshake, his ass will jiggle, and you don't, you got no fat.
Don't
Like,
like
girls
Yeah, I
that.
don't know.
bitch, I hate her.
That was the one person I had talk shit. It was weird. He like talked shit about my mom. It was weird. And I was like, whoa, I don't even know you, dude. Super
Aw.
strange. Yeah.
That's very childish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was strange.
Stop at like 15.
Yeah, I don't know
so
what
many
it was
things
about.
to attack on a person. Don't go for their parents.
I mean, unless it's true and your mom just that way.
No, yeah, he literally. I mean, I had never even heard of the guy, and he like commented on my shit like the last time I was with your mom, she was Mrs. Robo. His like last name is what he said, and I was like, what? Okay, it was so
Colby, do
weird.
you shit talk?
No, I don't get into the trash talk. I had one person. He didn't talk trash to me, but after the fight, he told me that he thought he was gonna knock me out because I was wearing skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans are awesome.
Yeah, that's all I
Fashion.
wear.
Fashion style equals weakness. Apparently, I don't know.
Girls like skinny jeans. At least I do. I don't know if Allie does, but
Yeah.
girls,
Yeah, I'm a slim fit skinny jean guy. I prefer the mix between the both.
sorry, this is off topic, but guys' legs are nice.
I'd rather see a guy wear skinny jeans than like stained up sweatpants or like basketball shorts that he wears 3 days a week. Like,
I hate basketball shorts.
Yeah, I've definitely got more on my fashion since being in a long-term relationship, which you think would be the opposite, like you'd slouch, but no, I've definitely locked down on my style.
Haha, hail
Got you.
skinny.
All right, Nate, let's see you wear some. I want to see you in skinny jeans. That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
so does Nate even wear skinny jeans?
What's that?
So does Nate even wear skinny jeans?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he would. Shoot, I feel like I've seen him in like slim fit, but I don't know if they make him in his like, leg length. I don't know.
I'm old.
I
wear
knew that was
baggy
coming
clothes.
up.
He talks too much shit for me not to.
You gotta,
You guys, I mean, it's a big family there.
Yeah.
Matt, you could
I
do
mean,
it.
yeah, he would. There's been times where I didn't have anywhere to go, and that man would take me in. So yeah, Nate's definitely a big family there for sure.
You just want your legs. It's cool. I wear them all the time. What do you mean? Nate.
What you talking about with us?
Show us a picture or you're lying.
It's like I'm in
We never get
pajamas.
to see anybody below the waist, so maybe he was wearing skinny jeans when we were talking to him.
But
That's true.
well,
Yeah, I was like, I need to pick a shirt to wear, but I also didn't care about my bottoms because no one would see it, so I just kept my PJs.
I guess
I like what
I was
Colby's
like,
got
it would be
going
mad
on.
if I didn't wear any of the team shirts.
for a
So.
Zoom meeting.
Oh, my horror movie Funko Pops and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
I didn't
And a
even see that.
jigsaw mask.
My son has a bunch of those too.
Oh, was
That's
that a hit?
I was gonna say, Colby, I want to see your room. You have some interesting stuff back there. That's totally
It's
good
like
personality.
all horror movie stuff.
Oh, me? Actually, I have the brochure for our fight. So
Screw you,
there's
Joey.
that.
Matt, zoom in on his room. I want to snoop.
What's that?
Zoom in on Colby's room. He just gave us a tour and I can't see the.
Okay, hold on.
Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, you got a Freddy doll.
Do you watch the Dead Meat channel?
Okay, everyone, Colby.
Yeah, dude, I
That's
watched
so
that, man.
cool.
I assume you do.
Colby is twisted. What's on your neck?
It's from Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That's what I thought.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's a great movie.
that's all. Like it
And
looks
I,
like.
got, I have this horror sleeve started. I have the Candyman eyeball on my hand. I got Sam from Trick or Treat, Jason. Yeah.
My youngest would love that.
Shirt on.
You what? Oh, my Taylor Swift shirt? Yeah.
T Swift.
So
I
are you
never
more
fought somebody without tattoos. Shit.
into just horror movies, or are you like into like conspiracy theories type shit?
Oh yeah, I'm into conspiracy theories, horror comics, horror novels, everything.
We need to have that
Hey,
podcast.
when we get another show going, you're gonna be on again.
Oh, absolutely, I'll do it.
What'd you say, Matt?
I can
now?
go on all
So
day.
I know you guys are wanting to get this podcast started, so we got to start scouting for some fighters that want to talk about.
We need to find a name.
Something weird
Weird?
weird. We just want to talk about everything weird and everything not weird and just everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, basically the Pentagon's admitting there's aliens. So
We already
Yeah.
did. Did you
That's
guys
what I
not
said.
see the documents they released?
yeah,
I have not read the.
They
I've not-
deleted them. Now they're gone. So if you didn't read them last year, you're not going to be able to.
I thought there was a press conference coming out like June 4th, or something, right? Or no?
Is it
Oh,
June?
I don't know.
I thought they
I
released.
could have sworn they were doing a public meeting.
Last year on the IRS website, I read the documents. There was like 27 fucking pages. They came
Yeah,
out.
that
with
was
all the
interesting. Yeah.
shit, and then now they're gone. You can't.
Yeah,
find
that was
them anymore.
related to the Pentagon files that they had from those U.S. Navy sightings. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Like I remember reading it, we had to pause so many times. We're like, they are not just fucking saying this.
Right? You feel like you're in a
Just coming
movie,
out and saying so much shit they were covering up.
making sure it's not like April 1st or something.
Yeah,
Thanks, Nate. Blowing it up. We
they
love
showed a lot. Terry was on here too. He says you can only fit in skinny jeans.
That's funny.
That's not the same. Like when you're trying to bash this, like I can only fit in sweatpants. Like skinny jeans, not everybody can fit in skinny jeans.
I'd love to turn the podcast into what we have and then see what of the fighters we do interview, like you guys, like the twisted ones that want to talk about the weird shit too that doesn't have to do with fighting. I'd love to do that. Like,
Yeah.
get over.
So Terry's saying that the mole will tap you all day long.
He's calling me
Oh,
the naked
no.
mole rat.
He will tap Nate. They're going back and forth.
We need more of this once a week.
Right.
Hey Kai, do you have a fight name? Is the naked mole rat available?
A fight name? Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't even like announcing it, but I still do. It's the Predator. Ugh. It's got mixed feelings from me. Yeah, I know. It was partially bestowed upon me by Nate Williams, and then I accepted it pretty much.
Could you
Mostly
be
because, like,
Cobra?
you know. Huh? I thought
Could you
about
be
the Cobra. I thought about, like, all of those Kai
I love
ones.
it.
I'm like, I might just do no fight name for a while. I don't know. You know? I'm not much of a persona guy, really, so, like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to, like, match something to what I want. Like, the Style Bender for Izzy fits perfect because he's an anime nerd. But, yeah. But I also don't care about the Karate Kid. I don't know. I
kinda
feel
looks
like
like
it would just be me trying too hard is all.
He kind of looks like a younger Marshall Mathers.
Okay, I see what you mean. Especially with the brown hair and the short cut. Yeah.
You could be like
Other Eminem.
you could be like the Grim Shady.
The Grim Shady. Well, it's still pretty slim. I could fit the Slim Shady, except copyright issues maybe, but
Yeah, that's why you go Grim Shady.
yeah.
That's cool. Look at you go, Matt.
Nate
I can't.
That's the new nickname. It's better than Predator.
says he's gonna change your nickname. So
Well, you wanna? Well, hold up. I gotta show you something real quick. Okay.
are you gonna do a tour of your room?
No, I gotta show
What's all this lotion and
And then Matt-
Tissues.
I got my original fight shirt. Okay, this is my first fight shirt. This is my fight shirt.
Okay.
no.
Imagine this on the back of my shirt walking around in public. It says Predator. It's like I'm announcing something that it shouldn't be announced. You know what I mean?
Like, oh, he's on one of those lists. He's got to tell everybody.
Yes. No, and I'm a normal, not crazy, gross person. So it's in hindsight, not the best thing. But he said,
Brian said to hide the bong and the thongs.
I got both.
I like how you were hiding everything and Colby's shit's just out there, and then you turn to like one camera angle and it's just like bam.
Happens. Gotta keep it out of frame. I was kidding.
Hey, your name's still better than mine, though. I hate my name.
What is
it?
What's yours?
It's either the koala bear or the killer koala, whatever they announce. I don't know.
I can
You
always
just like
be
write it
like
down.
How did that come about?
It's because, like, you know how koalas like hang on to branches and just hang there? They started calling me the koala bear because my back control, whenever I take someone's back, they say it's like impossible for me to get off.
You just hold on to them.
Yeah,
It's the girls
like
like
a little backpack.
You can always change your fight name. Who was the one we had on here? Kevin Kroom. He said he was originally like, was it like the hillbilly or something like that? And then he changed it.
The hard hitting hillbilly.
That's funny.
Oh, that's terrible.
What do you
Says
change?
that you can always change
He's in the
it.
UFC, right? Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I like knew that name, but
I love following him on Facebook. He has really good stories to kind of click through.
yeah, no, I think I saw his last bout. I can't remember. Though.
Have you been on Instagram?
Huh?
Me?
No. Have you followed him on Instagram? Because he's always on live.
Oh, I don't follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, you should follow
Does
him on
great shit on
Instagram.
Instagram. He's funny.
Yeah, so he's really goofy. I like some of the fighters we have on here to fight out. Their like personality is just really goofy and they're not serious really at all.
That's why our
Yeah.
UFC fighter Di, who was on here, I think he said he's gonna come. He always comes out with like this crazy ass hair, and he's gonna come out with this massive wig. I think. Or
Who was that?
Di, DAI.
Mm.
You know who he is.
There was a guy back in the day before anyone really had much of an entrance, and he would come out with like Hulk like swim trunks. He had like a Hulk bath towel that he wrapped around himself. He had the fighting glove, like the big fists, and that was like his thing. He'd come out with all that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Is
You
it an
actually
Asian guy?
No, this was in Iowa, like an
Oh.
amateur. And then this
Oh, I
guy
was thinking like Gohan
was
Taki or
on those.
something.
Yeah, he'd come out, and there's one guy that came out with like a wolf head sometimes.
Yeah, I like all that weird shit. Do weird shit.
Weird.
Mhm.
And
Well, you dance when you come out.
you know that fights out here. Every time he fights or corners, I can't remember what his name is, but he comes out with the turtle backpack. It's a cute typical thing. It's like one of the turtles from like Mario, and like the little turtle shells. It's one of those things. He comes out every time, and
I
that's
like
why,
it when they put on a show walking out.
what
I said I like it when people put on a show walking out.
I think it's cute. I mean,
Sometimes it throws off the other guy.
huh?
So sometimes it throws off the other guy. They come out all goofy, and then the other guy knows
Mhm.
like he's trying to stay serious, and the other guy's like just playing around. And I think that's
Right.
kind of intimidating for some people because some people try and get dark and intimidating, and then another person comes on, they're just having fun and smiling, and that's kind of scary in a cage.
I like liven up the mood. The ref actually laughed. The ref that checked you before you get in the cage. He actually laughed at me. My
You were
last
wearing
fight.
tennis shorts.
Yeah, when I took my pants off, they were like, "You wearing shorts?" He's like, "Those shorts are."
It looked like you
awesome."
were
Laughing at me.
boxers.
Really? No, like what? Can you
Yeah,
guys?
I got him from a grappling website too.
No, you can't wear those. I was wondering how tiny the shorts can get.
It's probably just up to the
Terry says
actual
it's Demi Beats.
ref. I would think. I don't know though. At a high level, I'm sure they wouldn't allow it because there was that one fighter that Dana got mad about that came in like a speedo and he banned him from the UFC after that fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Fine.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
Was that Dennis
But-
Hallman?
Probably, you're probably right. Yeah, I
I
can't
think it was
remember the
Dennis
name.
Hallman.
Yeah, I think he
I
lost the
always-
fight and then got cut.
I'm a
When
fan
you
of
ever try and pick your fighter like at the beginning, I always go for the guy in the smallest shorts because usually I always see that's confidence.
That's true. Confidence and more movement. That's for damn sure.
Every fight I've seen where the one guy's just wild as shit, he's just got the itty bitty tight speedo looking shit on.
Mm-hmm.
that's the stuff I want to see them grapple. So you just have like them like in guard or something like that, or like on top, and they can just get their nuts in someone's face. I'm like, oh, that poor dude.
Oh, I've been locked in
That
North
was
South with a cup in my mouth before. Pretty much, it's not fun.
Yeah, if you get triangle choked any gender, it's an awkward
Mhm.
situation.
Mm-hmm. The sweatier, the worse.
Well,
These nuts.
Smell my crotch move.
Have you guys ever experienced an opponent that tried to use their own body odor against you?
My first fight,
No, I
literally.
haven't.
It's weird that you say that. I don't know if it was on purpose or accidental, but I hope he's not listening to this, Nico. I'm sorry to hear that, but man, he smelled not good. And it wasn't like a one day, maybe a weekend. I smelled like he hadn't showered all week. It was rough. And I don't think it was on purpose, or maybe it was. I don't. It's hot in Montana or Missouri, and maybe he was just training a lot. But man, it was gross.
Has anybody ever checked your oil?
I've gotten
Oh,
Sean Stebbins locked me in a north-south position, and my nose checked his oil, so
Ooh.
that's similar. Yeah,
I
and I
knew-
got his cup like in like my mouth and nose area, like the bottom of the cup, you know.
that hurt.
I knew a wrestler that used to dig in his own ass, and then he'd wrestle so he could put his hands in your face. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
like
that's
disease
fucked up.
spreading. That
You
should
can
be
get
like a
someone pink eye.
No shit.
Oh.
I didn't say it was right.
I remember back in the day because they were so professional. I remember in the fighter meeting, the ref would say, if your guy is like, if you're down on the ground and your guy's just like laying and praying, and you can't get him to move, stick your thumb up his butt, reposition him. Like he would say that shit. He's like,
Yeah, that's
nobody
like
wants to see you guys hugging on the ground.
Because it's
I
like
would do the
yeah,
chin
wrestling.
in the
Yeah,
back. I would dig my chin in the back if they were stalling.
Yeah, I've done that shit.
yeah. I mean, same in jiu-jitsu. You can grind a crossface. It ain't a strike, right?
Yep.
You can smother somebody. It's not manipulation of joints or anything. So
I guess
Yeah,
you see how
gotta-
comfortable they are. If you try and check them for oil, they don't move.
It's a shitty move.
is that a pun?
Yes. It
I
got
was
no.
giving you a
get
few seconds of silence.
They might be a little butthurt about it, but you know.
Boom.
I don't-
What? That was better than shitty.
I said boom.
Oh, I just said boo. It depends on how anal you are about your fight game.
Ah.
I'm not good with puns. I'm horrible with puns.
You're not
I'm
a
trying to think
parent.
of one and I can't.
You gotta be a boring mom or dad.
Maybe
Nate says Grim Shady. He loves it.
they're watching. I can't say anything
Why can't you say anything?
because they're
Oh,
watching.
your parent.
Yeah.
Pretty
What if I gotta go cry and go
sure
for
your
help?
dad's the one who said hide your bong.
That's true. That's true. That's some
Yeah.
good humor. Actually, that was good. That was good.
That was pretty cool.
No, yeah, both my parents are pretty funny on the shit.
Thank
Grim Shady, there we go. Nice.
Colby, have you ever had an opponent do something really dirty in there? Like trying to scratch you or bite you when no one's looking?
No, not in wrestling, fighting, or grappling at all. No, I haven't had anything bad happen to me or dirty.
That
No
brings
fun stories of that.
Allie, did you see the thing I posted about the dude that took his nose blood and threw it? I don't know who. If you guys know what you guys see that?
I
I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
that.
Uh-uh.
It was a random post like on more time memes on Instagram. I can't remember who it was.
I haven't heard a rule about it.
Well, he took it and he threw the blood right in the dude's face as they were fighting. And I didn't know if that was a question. What do you think about that happening?
My
or-
one fight I did.
Fuck it. I wouldn't say
I didn't
shit.
do that. But I had a fight where like I broke my nose in the first round and I was just, like I was just letting it bleed and I was breathing out my mouth. Well, eventually I had a blood clot that dropped into my mouth and like I couldn't breathe out of both. So I panicked and I just did a farmer blow on the mat. and
Yeah,
just did a blood rocket.
Yeah, that's why they worry about that.
like in their
Did
face.
your eye swell up?
I didn't do it like at them. I just was trying to clear my airway. And at that point, it was like a panic thing. Like, I'm not going to quit the fight just because that happens. So I don't care, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't snot on someone.
No, I didn't like, I think that should be illegal. That's like biological warfare. Like, I don't know.
If you spit on someone, if you blow your nose on someone, that is assault.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I agree with you, but it's just for me, it's in the cage, so I don't know if I feel different about it. I feel like I do.
Okay, so other bodily fluids. If you got any other bodily fluids on the person,
Well, they'll quit a fight for that. We do know that if you poo, they stop the fight. We've seen that.
I was leaking pretty
If you
bad.
pee yourself, is that no?
I think
It's-
you think they would stop it if you pissed yourself,
Dude.
but if it didn't affect the fight,
Kai, were you there?
I did see a couple
Kai,
of
were you
UFC
there when
fighters.
Ambrose won the kickboxing title?
yeah, I was coaching him
Yo, dude, he threw up.
in the bucket like 4 times. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I was hoping they wouldn't wave it off. So
Yeah, they're like,
They
"Yo,
didn't.
fuck,
They didn't.
get in the bucket."
yeah, 'cause you-
there are people that have shit in the ring. What they took their fucking shit and threw it at you.
they should make a rule about it. Go to the
Like a
who
monkey.
would you even go to? The commission, I guess, at that point. But really,
Terry
there should
was
be a
not in
rule.
Dodge.
I just thought my mind goes.
Brian's event, and I know because we were standing next to each other when we were watching it, Terry.
Yeah, it was Belair.
Yeah, it was over at Brian's event.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Yeah.
Graham, you might have been fighting that night too when you fought Jessica.
Wait, what?
Was there a title fight at the end?
I believe so, but I don't remember.
I would say if there was the one, it was Ambrose was the main event, and he threw up. Like, He made it the whole thing and then threw up at the end.
Oh, yeah, he did.
One
I remember
decision.
that. Yeah.
One
Yes, I
decision.
was sitting in the back drinking. That's why.
Yeah.
I deserved it. No Terry, the kickboxing fight food.
I like how they're having their little banter in the comment section.
Yeah, it's because it's all the real warrior guys.
No, I like it. They're actually blowing it up. I like that.
Penelope.
What?
Yeah, I would say, you can talk Mason into coming on. I know he coaches on Wednesday nights.
Oh, what's up? Hey, baby.
Hi. You're on camera. She's hyper right now.
What's her name?
Penelope. That's my baby girl.
Hey, sweetie. Is it Frenchie or
What breed
Boston?
Boston.
Well, what's up, girl?
She hears it. She's like,
Hi, Penelope. Penelope.
Does that mean, Nate, you're going to teach the class so Mason can come on?
yeah, shit, I guess one of us will have to take over striking for a couple nights.
I know, because it's Wednesday, so one day we can do it.
He's my chihuahua.
Colby, do you got any animals?
Yeah, I got 3 cats and a dog.
I feel like you were going to say a snake.
No, I don't have any reptiles or anything.
I feel like
Mason,
you're like something exotic.
No.
What are your cats' names?
Leia, Loki, and Tuna.
That's funny.
And then my dog's name is Charlie. She's a mutt of, I don't even know. I think she's got like corgi,
Hey, this would be the best though. Much the best.
terrier. Just a bunch of shit.
Mets are great.
He's like
Is
8 pounds.
Benicio at your
Tiny.
feet?
Do what?
Karen's got a baby with her.
Oh yeah, he's kind of crabby right now because he wants to get the hell out of his closet.
Oh,
He's
mine has
naked.
missing teeth too.
Let's check. Now, yeah, he's naked. So look at his glorious chest hair. Hold on. You see it?
That's funny. Does he get it shaved?
No, he's a naked dog. He kind of was born with a mullet. This is his natural hair.
Interesting.
Hair.
Oh, wow. That's
He's
so
got a lot
good.
of
He's very brown now.
It's like he's got boots. He's got boots on,
clothes. Boots with the
that?
fur.
right? Literally with the fur.
Yeah, he's like, there's the naked cats, the hairless cats. He's one of the hairless dogs. They just have hair where you see it. So
Nate was saying we need to get Alicia on, and Alicia is fighting a girl that Karen fought.
Oh shit! See, we were.
Small world.
What's your last
man.
name? Karen, what's your last name?
Private Sally, Small Kelly.
Okay, yeah, that's because I was looking at some records. And I was doing a little diving and trying to find it. And I can't remember if I found you in her fight, not the video, but just like records of it or something. But that makes sense.
TKO, well, I think second round. Yeah, second round.
You?
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
I thought she
TKO
tapped.
just by the second round.
Did she tap because her nose was bleeding?
No,
Oh
she just
shit!
didn't take the punches. She didn't want it.
Oh.
That was my last fight.
Hey, that's as much of a skill as being able to throw punches, being able to take a punch mentally and physically.
Yeah. Well, some girls get in there and they don't realize.
See, and saying that's a hindrance too. Your opponent might not be strong, but they might not go down either. So
Yeah.
But you guys are doing MMA, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because punch with a small glove is a hell of a lot different from when I TKO'd you with my 12 ounces.
Oh my god, it is like a bare knuckle. I tell you what.
When you've done MMA, kickboxing is just fun.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like sparring
No.
probably.
It's like nothing being punched there. Unless you get like some forearm action from a spinning backflip that got cut short or something, or a leg kick. But
No, you feel them, man. I've been TKO'd. Well, one of my losses was a TKO, and that was mounted. Oh, it did not. I didn't feel the gloves. I'll tell you that. I did not feel like you had gloves on. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, say yeah. It's like weird because I remember I've been hammer fisted from the bottom before, and it's like you don't so much feel it, but it's just like an impact, that you
It's
get
sturdy.
from it.
There's no give to it.
Yeah. Well, Kai and Colby, let's see, let's go down in order. We all have black and white animals. This shit.
That was
Blue,
tuna.
right?
Ah!
Tuna.
I love it. Is that Leia or is that Loki?
That one's tuna.
Oh, that's tuna. I love tuna.
Yeah.
Not real tuna. I just like that tuna.
One of these days when my son's rats get a little more accommodated with people, I'll just do a show where one of them's on my shoulder.
Oh, I love rats. I had two a couple years
There you
ago.
go. We can do animal
I
cams.
say we just got them like a month or two ago, so like we're still learning how to be rat people.
Yeah, they'll get better hand trained too. They'll get used to it more.
Well, we got them from like a feeder kind of breeder, so like they're not
Same.
used as much.
Ours were
And like we
snake
got them
food.
3 months, so we're slowly just trying to like keep them in their comfort zone, but still try to get them more acclimated to come out of their cage.
Yeah.
When I was in Thailand, I found out I liked rats.
Yeah, they're pretty neat.
No.
They're affectionate. They're definitely like puppies.
These ones are cute and fluffy, Matt. They're not for eating.
Well, they were.
Oh, you're talking about eating. Oh, I'm sure they taste all right.
No, he's eating rats.
If you've eaten in Thailand, like the street food, you've eaten rat. So.
I've eaten rabbit.
Okay,
but sure it can't be too
before
far
we
off.
go, we just had a really good question come in. So it's Kai's your dad. About have you guys ever had a time where you've seen fear in your opponent's eyes?
Yeah.
And yes, I'll go first.
There you go.
I think the first time I saw fear, and I hope he's not watching this or they're watching this, but I can't. I mean, whatever, right? I want to say it was Justin Mendenhall. No, wait, no, it was Tyler Kern. I'm sorry, it was Tyler Kern because I was knockout. That was rude. That was rude. I was thinking the wrong fight. Tyler Kern was a friend of Nate's, and there was a lot of shit talking between the camps, and I think I saw some fear in his eyes, and I knocked him out in 30 seconds. So I mean, clearly it played a role. But yeah, that was like years ago, and I don't think I see it as much anymore.
I don't know if I could say fear, but I could definitely tell me and him are actually good friends now. But you could definitely tell there's a lot of nervousness on his face because that was like the first time I like stared someone down in the cage too, like before the fight. But you could definitely tell there was some like nerves in his face.
Usually, what I feel is like I look into their eyes and I'm like, "Cool, they're just as nervous as I am." Is usually what I feel like. It's even like more because the nerves will never
that's
go
how I
away,
usually am
right?
too.
You know, everyone. Robbie Lawler gets fucking nervous. You know, Donald Cerrone gets nervous.
Yeah.
So makes me feel better about myself.
What goes through your guys' mind while you're in the locker room?
Like I was saying earlier, repeat my practice. Yes, right before the fight. I want to have repeated my practice and get down to a small sweat going. But when it comes to mindset, zen. I don't want anything going on in my brain. I don't even want to be thinking about my game plan. I want to remove myself from that situation because I'm going to have to worry about that shit for 9 minutes anyways here shortly. So right now I just want to get my heart rate low. Don't think about shit. I've already hit my pads. I'm going to go sit in the corner, cross my legs, probably just close, not sleep, but, just be by myself. And then let me know when the fight's ready and we'll go out there and do it.
What about Colby? Do you watch like horror movies?
I usually like to lay down in my backpack, just close my eyes, put my headphones in, and then maybe half hour before my fight, then I'll start getting a little warmed up, hit some pads. I just like to keep clear head.
What do you listen to? Opera, heavy metal, rap,
Creed.
Metal.
Creed.
Nickelback.
Nickelback.
Yeah, mainly heavy metal.
Nickelback. I could see, yes.
Hey, don't talk shit about Nickelback. Everybody secretly likes them.
No,
They got
that's
some
not.
good songs.
Oh, Nate just asked, what do you guys think about as soon as like cage door shuts?
Fuck. No turning back now. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Don't get knocked out, everybody.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Like, what the fuck did I do to myself?
There's not much else you can do.
All right, we're going to get to the end of our show. We've actually lapsed quite a bit.
That's
But
fun.
this was good. Like, we gotta have some things rolling. So you guys, we'll take turns. You guys give out shout out to your sponsors, who's helping you guys. You know, everybody involved.
Colby, you can have this one.
One of my sponsors is Juliana Renecki. She's my tattoo artist. God damn it. Huge Prints LLC. It's what they make my shirts and everything for me. Fozzie's Bar and Grill. It's our hometown bar that I bounce at too. And yeah. Go ahead, Kai.
Oh yeah, no, everyone at Real Warrior, most of you guys are watching. Of course, my girlfriend has been with me through most of these fights now. But also Family Law Solutions. If you have any family legal matters, is now who I also work for. I told them I put them out there, plug them. But just everybody at home, and I hope everybody comes watch the fight. If you're in Des Moines, June 26th, I put on a show and get better every time for my fights. So if you want to see a cool choke or a cool knockout, I would say come check it out.
And if you don't get to make it, I'll have the video of it.
You are now Grim Shady. They're labeling you that. I hope you know.
We will figure out a fight nickname by then.
Heck yeah, I'm down. I'll leave it to you guys.
No, it's Grim Shady. I already did. It's the real Grim Shady. And by the way, drink some Dringer. It pays the bills.
I'll probably see you, Allie. I'll probably see you July 31st, right?
Yep, awesome. In July I'll see you too.
Hell yeah.
Sounds
I'll
good.
see you in June.
Good luck, Kai.
Good. Hey, none necessary, but same to you, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate it. It's nice to meet you guys.
It's great having you guys on.
Yes, thank you guys for being on and giving us all your time for animals.
Oops, we cut him off.
Rude.
I cut him off. All right, good show, guys. I enjoy these when, especially when we got a lively audience.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Some people don't talk all the time.
Yeah, Nate said Grim Shady. It's a done deal. He's the real Grim Shady.
Grim Shady, bro. Try the Grim. Add another syllable. So what do we got next week? Do we have it lined up?
Nothing's lined up. I figure we'll just wing it. You guys bring on who you want to bring on, and we'll just.
I have some ideas, so I'll double check and make sure it works for their schedule. But I know some people that can get on. See, now that we opened up the door for Amis, like there's a lot of options right now. A lot of people want to come on.
Yeah, and I'm fine with just bringing people on, and people in the audience want to jump on. We'll just have a shit talking fest.
Sweet.
Yeah, I wanted to talk last week. Didn't work out.
You always want to bring the drama to the girls' show. Why can't you guys bring the drama to the guys' show? We just like to chill and talk your shit.
Unless it's face off. I want to get two guys facing off just talking some shit.
Well, we're gonna have a face off coming up. We just have to set up the time, but that has been confirmed.
Okay.
Comment, like, share, subscribe, and follow.
Check out the boys one. They're pretty good too.
I make sure when we talk about fighting and everything but fighting sometimes. So it's interesting. You just never know what you're going to get. So thank you guys.
Right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Watch next week. We'll be back on with some new guests and some crazy shit.
Yeah. We're going to get weirder as we go.
Yes.
Definitely weird. All right. Thank you everybody for watching.
Backwards.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Perfect.